Hello all, this is Vishnu Siddharth. Welcome to #VSK. Today I am here with my sixth video and today's topic is which is better, Covaxin versus Covishield. So, the second wave of COVID-19 has become a demonstration and it has become a domination for the COVID-19. But even this year, there's a good thing that happened, the vaccine. What happened? Actually, in the world, many countries have their people vaccinated and they are creating their own vaccines and they are in the fight against the COVID-19 virus. And when we take off our India, after the first vaccination drive, from March 1st, the second vaccination phase drive has started. But what is the use? While it was only 60 plus, now they have made it to 45 plus. And in the recent days, they have started 18 plus age 2. But in India now, there are two main popular vaccines. What are they? Covaxin, Covishield. Okay, many people may have heard of this name, but due to the research and even the study, still many people don't know how to use or which is better, Covaxin or Covishield. So today we are going to make a complete comparison and a detailed information about both the vaccines. So first, while we are talking about this comparison, a detailed comparison, we need to have a format or what it's based on. So here we are going to take many points in consideration. The first one, let's go with the developers to have a fair idea of both the vaccines. So the Covaxin. The Covaxin is from an Indian foundation or organization. It's the Hyderabad-based Bharat Biotech Foundation. They are taking help or collaborating with the Indian Institute of Medical Research and National Council of Virology. So all three of them combined are doing this Covaxin vaccination drive happen successfully in India. But when we take the case of the Covishield, our next vaccine, it is completely different. It is not an Indian one. It's a foreign based vaccine. But wait a minute, who made that? Like there are many countries in foreign, but the foundations are important. It is made by the famous Oxford and the AstraZeneca companies. Now, you may get it out. It's Indian, this is foreign. Which one to use? Should we go to the Indian one to be safer? Or should we take the foreign one to be advanced? Now for this, we need to go to the other steps. Step number 2. It is the storage guidelines. Okay. Sounds interesting. What are the storage guidelines and why are they important? Now you may find or think that there is a variation in both of the distributions. Yeah. But it's not based on this point. But for safety measures and for people or for doctors who are storing vaccines, this is important. The storage guidelines. This is the basic storage guidelines that the vaccine should be stored in 2 to 8 degree centigrade, which is not to be worried because 2 degrees centigrade is the actual temperature or the average temperature of our home refrigerator. It supports. So, we don't need any extra buying or extra cost giving for any equipment which has 2 to 8 degrees centigrade. Next, third point, which is the age. So why the age? Now this is known to everyone. But there is one thing which is unknown, still untold, is that even if the government has approved for only 18 plus, but still there is a twist in this. The Covaxin can be given or can be taken by 12 plus ages also. Okay, don't hurry up for your children. Wait a second. But the Covishield still only supports for 18 plus. But you may get a doubt, why didn't the government approve? Because they don't want to take any risk and there is nothing in these vaccines 100% guaranteed. So they don't want to take advantage or take for granted the lives of children and pregnant women. So they are not allowing it for 12 plus 2. Now, the fourth type and the very important type. And this type is, what type of the vaccines are both these? Of course, we know what is a vaccine. Even before the COVID came to earth, vaccines were still there and children used it. But now in this COVID-19 pandemic, we have these two vaccines. First, let's take the example of Covaxin. In Covaxin, what's the case is that I'm going to tell you an interesting fact. What does Covaxin have in it? Covaxin has dead COVID-19 virus. Wait, don't get scared because it's not going to harm any part of your body because you need to observe the word dead here. The COVID-19 viruses are dead. Sounds interesting, right? But if they are dead and if they are COVID-19 virus only, then why is it called a vaccine? And why should it be injected in our bodies? Yeah. This is because the COVID-19 viruses are dead in the vaccine and when injected into the body, the immune system or the so-called police cells, it fights it. Okay, now what? Let's take an example of our apartment. Think your body is an apartment and the police cells are your security guards. If you find someone who is bad, then what are you going to do? Fight them. Same way, when the police cells find these dead viruses, they think that they are real virus and they fight. And because they are dead, they don't have power and police cells by hitting them, they get practiced and they increase their own power and the immune system will become very strong so that even if the person is affected by the real active virus, it can be destroyed and save the person's life. Now, let's take the next point, which is the travel. So, this storage and travel is very similar. How? Because it's stored in 2 to 8 degrees centigrade, it is easy for travel and storage purposes. Now, this is a doubt. Now, if it's like that, then is the vaccine taken in refrigerators? Yes, be right, because the refrigerators are not like our home refrigerators, but it is a lorry or a truck, you may say, which has a container which supports the same temperature which is needed as the vaccine wants. Means the truck supports 2 to 8 degrees centigrade. So the next one is the sixth point. Okay, this point is the very important which cause variations in the distribution of both the vaccines. This is approval. Okay, for everything there should be approval and here there should be approval from government. But what approval is not given? We should use this because now the Covaxin, if you take the Covaxin, it has the restricted use for only clinical tests, clinical trial tests only. So if they want it directly, they can't manufacture it without the approval and they don't have it. But when you take the same case of the Covishield, what's happening? In the Covishield, what's happening is they have the approval for emergency uses. And now it's an emergency situation and in many places. Now take the example of my Bangalore, there many people and many places they are taking Covishield because many places they are applying and taking the doses towards the Covishield more than Covaxin. Now, the seventh point. The seventh point is side effects. Now, in anything you take, any cause or any happenings or change, there should be an after effect because the reaction is needed. Now, be it the vaccines or the earthquake, you have after effects, right? Okay. Now, what is after effects in the vaccines? This may be a doubt for everyone, but it is the side effects. Many people are scared for the side effects and regretting or refusing the shot they want to take. But what are the side effects which are more dangerous than COVID-19? There's nothing like that now. So, it's important to take our shot. But before that, let me tell you what are the side effects. Take both the vaccine example. We can't tell particularly. So, mainly you may get the pain near the spot of your hand where they put the shot. And you may get slightly headaches, joint pains and body pains. And in the worst situation or in the minimum situation now, they are getting the fever. But these all are only causes and side effects which last in our body for 1 to 2 days. And it doesn't last long. So there is no dependency on this for our vaccine taking. Now, the eighth one. Now, after these many steps and points covered and compared, we should come to a conclusion. Now, let me tell one thing. Whichever vaccine it may be, till now, from the start of the vaccination drive till now, both the vaccines are tested safe and effective. But there is a change, a minimal change or difference between both the efficiencies. We should know that very carefully. Now, the leading one is the Covishield, which has more manufacturers, more takers, and even vaccination camp like donators. And even by coming these together, it even has the efficiency more. 90% efficiency. This is very important because 90% in 100 is always good for this world. But if we take the example of the Covaxin, it has 9% of difference. It stands with 81% efficiency. Now, even after the third trial recently, Covaxin is not improved yet. It's 81. And by the lead, Covishield is still good in any part of the country. So, this is the detailed comparison. You make a choice on which vaccine you have to take and which is better. But what is important is not which vaccine you take. In this time, it is did you take the shot or not? So, whoever can take the vaccine, be it adults, parents, my suggestion is take the shot because it's the only and the best way to fight COVID-19 back. So stay home, stay safe. Let's meet in the next video. Until then, subscribe, like and share to my channel and share it to others so that they can decide which shot they should take. Let's end this video with a quick and nice hash shake. Boom, boom, hash. So, let's meet in the next video. Until then, goodbye.